Okay, I'm back and hi Minty, hi. Okay. Hi Dr. Siew. Okay. Yes. Finally. I see. I still see that thing running around waiting for you to come in. But yeah, at least I can hear you. So yeah, today you started your the so-called lockdown, right? Right. Right. I don't- right. 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 Okay, okay. Hold on a second. Someone just told me that they couldn't hear you. Is that so? Can you guys hear what Doctor is saying? Uh, anybody? Anybody? Can you just let us know? You cannot hear Doctor Sue, right? I can hear you, but I think nobody can see nor hear you. All right. I can hear you, but I don't know about. Yeah, they say they couldn't hear you. So, what? Okay, so yeah. That's the thing. No, they couldn't hear you. They couldn't hear you. Right. Leave and join. Are you in yet? Can't see you. Can knock knock. You in? Okay. I can hear you, but I don't know about the others. Did you update? How? When was the last time you used Instagram? Okay. Can you guys hear Dr. Sue at all? Yeah, I think did you so Dr. Sue, you have to allow your phone to use your mic and camera. I think you might have actually said it that you don't let. Okay. Okay, while we wait for Dr. Sue to kind of get his things done. So a little bit update here in Kuala Lumpur. This is probably like our 21st day of the lockdown, so-called lockdown. We call it the movement control order. So yeah, 20 days is a long time actually. It's kind of fun at first, but you get to get some rest. You kind of get to do something that you normally don't get to do. I mean, I've been trying some new shit like yoga and stuff, but but the thing is, after a certain period of time, you kind of like getting a little bit tired. Cannot wait to go back to work. Hey, um, so I think most of you are actually in similar situation. So yeah, it's tough, but I think it's the way to go. I'm not complaining. I think what we're doing is trying to try to curb the spread, each of us playing our responsibility to do so. And let me see, Dr. Siew's back. But yeah, it's not easy, right? So I think I can't wait to go back to work. Actually, it's starting to. So in Korea, it's same normal. So you don't have lockdown, right? In Korea, up to what date? Oh, good question. So I think we were supposed to sort of restart after the 14th. That means on the 15th. But looking at the situation, I think it might be extended. I have a feeling we probably have to go on for another 1 or 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So that's but a lot of exciting things are coming up, you know. This morning I had a meeting, not morning, yeah, Randall saying in end of April. Well, this afternoon I was having a meeting with Farid and Luciano and yeah, and Dr. Lee, as well as yes, we were talking about doing some things for cool sculpting as well. So we gonna do sort of a webinar kind of thing. And then I also got a text from Sinclair. Maybe we'll do another webinar sometime soon, probably end of April, early May. So these are things that I think this becomes a norm. Everybody is starting their webinar, doing all this kind of online show or like talks and also discussion. I think it's good because we get to connect in certain ways that usually in the past that we only get to do so when we go for conferences, but now I think we get to connect so easily, and then it's good to now I think everybody has Zoom and everybody's on Insta Live, on Facebook Live. I think these are things that we see. Improvising business, I think we need to change the way we do, even after this whole shenanigans is gone. We probably have to be a little bit more cautious and try to protect our patients when they come in. They probably have to go through just like right before the COVID-19 thing or the lockdown, that we all have to do our sanitizing of the hands, trying to have physical distancing still. And I think it's good because we just don't know. We just don't know if there's any new virus. Like it could be a hantavirus, it could be another coronavirus, it could be influenza, right? So I think we have to be more cautious. And I think yesterday I got a call from Neil again, and he was saying that we need to do something and talk about it. So I know, Dr. Siew, are you back? But I don't see you yet. Can you say something? Oh my God, what's going on? So what do you suggest business during this period when people are not coming out? I think we have to change the way that we approach, say, so for restaurant, you know, you're doing making food, people just dine in, and now they've changed. A lot of survivors have gone to like deliveries, and some even take the initiative to kind of do certain kind of online ordering. But I cannot hear. I can hear you, but I don't think the others can hear you, and I don't see you now. Okay, what phone are you using? Oh, time to change. Well, that's not good enough. Yeah. So he just got a Samsung Note 10. It's we just had a meeting earlier. Samsung Note 10, yeah. Well, so what can you borrow someone's phone? Do you have any other phones that we can use? Yeah, okay, we'll wait for you. Yeah, yeah. It's like us, or even say for a lot of practitioners out there, I think the thing that we have to do adapt is maybe on online consultation. I think that's something that Rangsima talked about yesterday, that we will probably have to do that, but it's hard because I think people are not ready yet. How many of you, I don't know, how many of you would want to do online consultation? Some of you, I'm actually okay with it, but I don't know about. Yeah, the Philippines. Yeah, I heard 2 weeks, additional 2 weeks period, or up to April 30th. Seems like everybody is doing until end of April, and the thing is, when you do that, and hopefully in this region, I think we can control it, provided no, we don't have people going out and do stupid stuff like more parties or more gatherings. Um, yeah, I mean, medical consultation, that's probably something that we can look into, or even if you want to do like body consultation. I know Randall, you're doing a lot of fitness and things, right? So, hi, Benjamin Tong. Hi, how are you?
Do
Okay,
you see me? Oh,
yay!
finally.
You should change your phone. I mean, you
Oh my goodness, I wonder what's wrong with my phone.
did
So
did
you can
Samsung.
see me?
Yeah, I can
Ah,
see you now. I think everybody can
okay.
see you now. Okay,
Oh,
so
finally.
time to change to Huawei.
Oh my goodness. Not Apple. I wonder what's wrong with that. Okay, let me just sit there.
Okay, good to have you back. So
Okay.
yeah, so I think a lot of people know you. You're pretty famous. A lot of people actually, I know they either know you from SOSD. If you call it
Mm-hmm.
our street dogs, right? SOSD.
Yeah, correct. Uh-huh.
And then you also, I think your blog is actually seen by a lot of people. Note 10, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, people like your blog, and a lot of people follow your blog. You do have a bunch of. How do you do that?
Sorry, breaking up. How do I do that?
Yeah, how do you get so many followers on your blogs?
Oh, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. I mean, I just write what I feel, and I try to give a objective view, and to 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 write things in a very educational kind of way, to give a
Uh,
very balanced view. And I guess that resonates with people.
yeah. So how long have you been
Mhm.
working on that?
Oh, the blog it's been a long time. In fact, looking back, I was one of the first few doctors, even before all these things happened, all this social media. I was one of the first few doctors to actually have a blog. So,
Right.
um, yeah. But by the time, of course, it evolved. It changed along the way. It was a very simple blogspot kind of platform, and
Right.
later on, I changed it into a proper website.
Okay. So you were saying that you started very early. So it's like 1990.
No, lah. I mean, probably about 2008, 2007.
Wow, okay, that's a long time. That's about
Yeah,
the same time you started with Sloan, right? Just a year or before that?
before that. So yeah, before that. So it's when I first started, when I first joined aesthetics, maybe a
Right.
year after I started writing.
Okay, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
so a bit of your background, you started off, you did your medicine in NUS, and then
Yep.
after that you've been doing some family medicine, and then only you went to aesthetics, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the driving force for you to go into aesthetic medicine?
Well, at the time, back in 2005, 2006, it was aesthetics wasn't very common, we
Right.
didn't think about doing it. In fact, I was thinking about doing other things like surgery, anesthesia, but it all happened. It all fell into place because my friend, he wanted someone to help him. So he roped me in. And of
Right.
course, he roped me in first as a part-timer, and then later on, I joined him full-time. So it sort of all fell into place. And when I first came into contact with aesthetics, it was I was drawn into of course, this whole specialty, this whole industry, and it was very different. Of course, it was very different from what I was used to. It took
Okay.
some getting to know it.
Right.
At the time, it was a very different situation. At the time, aesthetics was still in its infancy.
Right.
It was there were a lot of things weren't laid out. For example, when you talk about fillers, when you talk about toxins, there weren't fixed protocols, and everything was still very cowboy at the time. So it was
Okay.
a very different time, and I felt there was a lot of space for us to grow and learn, and that's what drew me into it.
You're probably one of the earliest to girls who gone into aesthetic then.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Probably
so
one of the earlier.
right. So you started about 2008 or 2006.
I mean, I started part-timing in the specialty in about 2006,
Okay.
full-time in 2008.
All right. So
Mhm.
2008. It's been 12 years, right? So
Yeah, 12 years.
you see the difference. I mean, in terms of aesthetic medicine in Singapore compared to I know that during that time of infancy. What was the biggest changes that you see right now?
I think the biggest changes are positive.
Mm.
So it has really matured. The industry has matured. It used to be a more cowboy industry.
Right.
A lot of the practices at that time weren't based on actual science. So
Right.
there was a lot of things that came about, a lot of procedures that doctors used to say worked, but we weren't very sure. And now much better. Now of course we have much more scientific evidence of what we do, be it injectables, be it the machines that we use. So
Do you
that's the
think
biggest
yeah.
change, I think.
Right. Do you think it's more regulated now?
Oh, definitely. Of course, at the beginning there were no regulations. You could do anything. You could make funny claims, and I guess that was in fact, it wasn't a very good time. There was a
Okay.
lot of monkey business going on.
Right.
And of course, the ministry stepped in after that, and
Right.
they regulated it.
Okay.
So now it's much better.
So do you guys have to apply for a certain license to do aesthetic medicine, just like Malaysia, or no, you can actually just go in any.
Oh, you'll be surprised that in Singapore it's less stringent compared to Malaysia.
Okay.
So any specialty you can do aesthetic medicine.
Right.
So the basic requirement is that you must complete these certificates of competence, which are certificates that you attend. These courses that you attend, which are held by the Dermatological Society, and that's about it. It's not like your LCP where you have a mentorship. It's a long road for you.
Okay. Right. So yeah, even we are very strict. There are still like practices that it's not practice. They centers, beauty salons. They kind of wrap themselves up as clinic. They give even
Yeah,
they call it
yeah,
a med spa, but they hire doctors to come in to work for them, and then
yeah.
they do certain crazy shit. They sell. There are people selling at 199 ringgit.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. I know, I've seen that.
Do you have that in Singapore as well?
I would say yes and no. There are also many spas that hire doctors, and so a lot of these investor clinics, we call them, these investor clinics, they are not run by doctors. And very often you have all these crazy prices. One just opened next to me actually, and and Altira is going at 1,700 Singapore dollars. So you have such things going on, but I would say no, it's not as serious as Malaysia, I think, because the
Right.
regulations are a bit stronger here,
Okay.
and even if it's an investor clinic, they still have their limits. I would say they don't go overboard.
But it's still considered a clinic, right? They still have
It
to
is.
apply as a clinic.
Yeah, there's still Ministry of Health registered clinics.
You know what? In here, we have centers that it's not even a clinic. It's not
Oh
even
no.
medical. So they don't fall under the medical law. So they can do
Okay.
a lot of things. They can do a lot of advertisement without much of a regulation.
Oh, that's bad. That's not good.
Right.
So we're lucky that we don't have that problem, because the moment you operate any medical procedures without a clinic license, it's illegal, and MOH will prosecute you immediately.
Yeah. The thing is, here the problem is the Ministry of Health can only prosecute the clinics and not
Oh,
clinics, and that's the big problem here as well.
I see. Yeah, I guess because Malaysia is also bigger, so it's not so easy to regulate. Like in Singapore, is really everything you do
Right.
comes up very fast.
Right. So for audience, if you have any questions, you can just write to us. We want to be more interactive. You just throw us questions. We can help to reply to you. So yeah, like in Singapore, we know that the whole COVID-19 thing, the whole regulation, the whole prevention started very early, even much earlier than Malaysia. But the lockdown
Uh-huh.
come right now. So what happened actually? Why is that so?
Well, we started. I think we were the first to have the cases,
Right.
and at the beginning it was single-digit cases per day, and the government responded very swiftly, very aggressively, and it was very impressive. And things were under control, and that first wave was well controlled. And unfortunately, we had this second wave where people came. There were a lot of imported cases from overseas, and I think that's where we sort of didn't do so well. And right now we are at 1,400 cases. So
Right.
we're getting double digit. A few days ago, we had 100 over cases in a single day, and a lot of them are unlinked. So I think, unfortunately, there is some degree of community spread right now, and the government has decided that it's important for us to really increase the measures to control it.
Sure. But even that, you still having a lot of your practices still ongoing. Do you see changes? What happened and since early day when you have the first case? Does it affect your business at all?
Absolutely. When COVID-19 first started, appointments fell. Of course, people were canceling. When during the first days, there was a lot of unknown, and people were very scared. So,
Right.
in fact, if you talk about, let's say, the month of February, I had maybe one quarter to half of my cases which cancelled.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty severe, and revenue, of course, was affected. And now it's even worse. Now that we're in our lockdown, also known as a circuit breaker,
Right.
all non-essential services have to close. That includes
Right.
all aesthetic clinics. So we're actually closed for a month.
Are you happy about it, or are you sad about it? I know you've been overworked, right? You always complain to me, I have so much shit to do, and now you get
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I guess you must be careful of what you wish for. So so now that so I shouldn't. Maybe this was my doing. So well, I mean, it's only the first day. Obviously, I'm not bored or anything, but it is very worrying because there is no revenue, and yet the overheads continue. We have our staff's pay. We have rental to think about. I'm very lucky for my place. For my clinic, the whole building, the management has waived the rental for this month.
Oh,
So for
really?
this month, yeah, so at least this month rental in Suntec City, we don't have to worry about. But we have made an effort to continue paying our staff, of course, with
Right.
some salary adjustments, and that will continue to, of course, that's something we have to factor into. And when there's no revenue and you still have to pay, and you have to make sure that all your staff are comfortable, it will become very stressful.
Exactly. And I think Singapore government has a lot of aid to all of you, and it's good you get rental. We don't get rental.
Oh no! Oh
And
no!
the worst part is actually, I don't know whether you have leasing going on. Most of our machines are undergoing leasing, and
Oh yeah!
they're not really under bank. They are under financial institutes like Packlist. They don't even
Yeah.
care. They don't even do anything. These are like
Oh no!
yeah, they are acting as if this is like, okay, we have our own problem. You have to settle your own shit. So I think
Oh,
that is what the situation here. I mean, it it is a time that we can show our compassion to a lot of people. I mean, we are in this together, right? Yeah, and
yeah.
there are institutes like Packlist don't even care. I mean, it's really,
Uh,
yeah. I think,
Yeah. So honestly, I haven't even looked at all those my loans. We have to say the higher purchases.
right,
We are seeing whether we can defer some of them. So I think that would be another issue. Yeah, that's another cost that we have to consider. That goes on, you know. And one big problem, one big thing about our industry is that the machines are expensive, you
right,
know. So the machines are so expensive. We're always working for the suppliers. Yeah,
right,
suppliers can you hit this? So yeah, so every shot you fire, you have to pay. You have to pay. You know? So 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 yeah. So all this continue, and you know, we unfortunately some of it we have to bear the brunt of it.
right. So what do you think? Because this will, I think it will change a lot of practice for a certain period of time. Even if we kind of have even the lockdown might finish in about 2 to 4 weeks, but I think it
Yeah.
will haunt us for about 6 months or so, or even longer.
Yeah, it may be longer. I mean, we are only starting to see the financial effects of COVID-19, and when that happens, the main thing, of course, is that people will tighten their spending, right?
Right,
So everyone talking about recession. That's something we really have to worry about when the lockdown ends. You know, when people come back. Firstly, whether people will come back, and secondly, when they come back, whether they're willing to spend. So these are things that we really have to think about, and there are ways, of course, to overcome this. I
right,
think the best way to overcome this is always to maintain standards. So a
okay,
lot of people will probably, you can see online everywhere, and that people are slashing prices now. There's a lot
right,
of promotions, and you know, but I think the best way to really counter this reduced spending power when COVID-19, when the lockdown ends, is really to keep on maintaining your professional standards, or even of course to become even better, you know, to give the best service, to really be very professional, and always have your patients as your priority. And
so
once your
never bad.
patients they
Yeah,
yeah, so I've been, I mean, I started in 2008, right, when there was recession. So I've been through bad times and good times. One thing I realized is that during the bad times, your patients may disappear for a few years, but after that, they will always come back if they trust you. So
okay.
I think as long as we write it out, in the end, they will still return to us.
Yeah, just keep your professionalism. But because like you say, there are some practices that decided, okay, since everybody is having some financial issues, let's do a lot of promotions. Let's get people come in the door again. So would you do
Yeah,
that? Would you do that?
I mean, I would do some, not too many. Of course, we don't want to. Of course, within the it has to be within in line with your company branding. You know,
Right.
so you don't want to drop too much. Of course, at this point, I think it's necessary to do some degree of promotions. Definitely more social media marketing. It doesn't have to be marketing to say, oh, our prices have dropped. It should
Right.
be more marketing to increase, you know, increase your um, again, increase your profile to tell people about yourself.
Right.
And yeah,
To
and
build
of
that
course you can
trust,
speak
right?
to, yeah, build a trust, definitely.
Right. And then I know what that those people who actually sell picosecond laser for 199, this time they will drop to
Uh,
99.
oh goodness, 99. Well, we had
Or one
we
ringgit,
had
one ringgit for
well,
one.
well, that time we had those laser toning for as low as $20, right? So I mean, one day
God.
pico lasers will drop.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know who will even go there. Just crazy because first that kind of price, I won't trust that kind of machine. You know,
yeah.
like the
Mhm,
machine
mhm.
itself, it's almost it's few 100,000. How
Yeah,
can
yeah,
a picosecond laser be that cheap? If it's cheap,
precisely.
it's probably a shitty machine. And in
Uh-huh.
the end, I think they came more to correct all the problems that is being done. Because
Yeah.
we all know picosecond laser is not a magic wand, right?
Yeah, precisely. Well, I mean, especially in Malaysia, actually, I keep seeing these clinics which have a lot of cheap pico lasers. In Singapore, we're not there yet, fortunately.
Right.
But in Malaysia, yeah, I keep seeing that, and it's again, it's one of those fad. It's like a fad. People are just these clinics. They're just they're just grabbing the fat and hoping to make a quick buck out of it. But I think at some point in time, consumers will know that, hey, this treatment you're offering me is not great. Not great because probably, I mean, if you charge so cheap, something has to go, right? Either the time you spend with the patient is less, or you don't get doctors to do it, and or of course
This
probably
shitty
your
machine,
machine.
right? Just
Yeah, yeah,
very cheap
probably your
machine.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, do you think that this whole COVID-19 will reset this? Will actually have more impact on these practices that actually not built on trust but built on very cheap services?
I think so. I think that I think this is a trial by fire kind of time, and I think one thing that will happen after all this is over, or after a few months when the lockdown ends, is these practices will find it even harder to find customers because I mean, I mean, everybody can drop price, but not everybody can have a great practice with good doctors, with professional nurses.
Mhm. Yeah. So what kind of changes will it do? Like how I know you talked about certain strategies earlier. What kind of strategies what kind of strategies will you go for? Like
For
to
me, well, for me, this lockdown period, well, what we're doing is we're continuing to. I think the first thing, I mean, for us, it happened very suddenly. So it really happened very suddenly, and a lot of people were panicking. So I think the first strategy is immediately to calm your customers. You have to calm your customers. So we were very careful. I mean, we were very um, uh, the first thing we want to do is to put our communications out there. So I think communication to your patients is important. You
right,
must reassure them. You must let them know that yeah, this is happening, but we have your back. Don't worry, we'll be back here.
right,
That's the first thing. The second thing is, of course, to keep them engaged via social media, via your whatever lines you have.
right.
And the third thing is, of course, to maintain your standards. I think at the end of the day, yeah, that's very important.
Exactly. I think standard and always talk about safety, always talks about so make sure that you always do the right thing for them. And
Yeah.
would you do anything different in terms of like physical distancing for your clients after this COVID-19 shenanigans?
Oh, definitely. I mean, well, when if the virus is totally gone, then no. But after the lockdown is over, and in fact, before this lockdown, we were already practicing social distancing.
Right,
So, we were things like keeping your patients at least 1 meter apart.
right,
Uh, Once they come, we immediately bring them into their rooms so that they don't interact. So, of course, changing the sheets
right.
often, sanitizing the area after each customers. Those are things that we had to do.
Yeah, I think that those are things that we really have to practice, really
Yeah,
have to
right.
do more. I mean, most of us are doing it, but I think
Mhm.
we probably have to be extra careful and do more.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So in terms of patients, do you see a lot of foreign patients, like patients coming from overseas or even China?
Fortunately, no. That's why. So my impact is not that great. I do have some. Of course, all the ones who are currently away cannot come in.
Right.
And the funny part is, I had a few who came to see me and then they were stuck in Singapore.
Right.
so,
So they
so,
still go and see you.
so they were stuck here and they kept visiting me.
That's not a bad thing actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think even after this COVID-19, I think the fear is there, and I think the fear is the one that is gonna stop people from going out to even now. I don't feel comfortable going out anymore. Like I don't even want
Mhm.
to go
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
stay at home as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think the world will change after this.
Right,
I think hopefully for the better. Hopefully, we'll be kinder to each other, and I think people will be more careful.
right,
People will be more careful, and well, it may
indeed.
be a good thing. It may be a good thing. We will definitely spread less disease, but
Right.
I think it'll be a while before everything is back to normal.
Yeah. The best part is I think if it's end of the year and it's winter again, we just don't know what's coming
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah. We really pray. We really pray.
Yeah. So do you feel that after this you will probably say, okay, I never want to rest anymore. Work until I die.
You never want to do as in
Rest to take
never
any
want to
rest
rest.
anymore.
No. Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, I definitely had my so-called holiday
Okay.
for the year. So after this, I think it's really full speed ahead.
Uh, I know this
Yeah,
is the first
probably.
day that you had the lockdown, so I mean you probably have a few days before you kind of like feel like okay, I'm starting to miss. But let's say right after this, like right after this whole lockdown thing, um, what kind of treatments do you think that will probably be something that you would offer to your patients, or you would kind of like do something about it? Yeah.
You mean what kind of? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Treatment.
You said what kind of
Uh,
treatments I
yeah,
will offer?
yeah,
I mean, well, I mean, for I don't think that would change very much. But I think for now, what's happening is that all the maintenance treatments, those that require closer maintenance, like the lasers, those are
right.
the ones that get disrupted the most. So I think when the circuit breaker is over, then these will be the treatments that more people will come back for.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
like plasma pigmentations.
Yeah, pigmentations, anti-aging, all the lasers and all that. Ironically, in the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've been getting a lot of people actually came forward to do their acne scar treatments
Oh,
because
okay.
these acne scars, those come with downtime. So they say, "Oh, I'm working from home, and now I want to do those treatments." And
Right.
actually, quite a few people came to do their injections, and they say, "Oh, now is the time that I can have some bruising and all that." So yeah, so I think it will be the maintenance lasers, like your
Uh,
laser toning,
right.
eco lasers. Those will be the ones that we will see more of when this
Sure.
restarts.
Right. Right. And then we did a survey. I told this yesterday as well. Well, we saw that I think a lot of people will also look into body after this.
Our body, yeah, sure, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
How did you? I saw you trying the reduced steam. How was it?
Oh, I mean, I'm very new to it, and I'm still having I didn't. I've done maybe about 6 to 7 sessions. I do see a result. I hope it's not psychological. That much. I think the great thing is, you know, the fat that you suck in,
Right.
that fat seems to be less. And I have had nurses who tried it, and actually a couple of patients who tried it, and they were very happy.
Okay. Cool.
What
Cool.
about you? What your side?
Yeah.
I heard that you had great results.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it
Uh-huh.
definitely works, and but of course it has to couple with a good lifestyle. And in fact, I think body aesthetic has so much from the early days of cool sculpting, and now we become more in holistically. You have the
Yeah.
TF. You want to slim them. You want to sculpt them. You want to tone them.
Yeah.
You have to firm them. So I think now it's not only doing one thing. You want to sort
Hmm.
of get them there and more aesthetically nice. And I think that is probably Christy is saying that very happy with the results too. So.
Oh, I see. Ooh. Wow, Christy is it's really so slim.
Everybody
By the
has
way, Christy, yeah, I love your postings. I love looking at whole postings.
so now it sounds right now, right? The gym is closed, right?
The gym, oh yeah, those are close as well.
So
So
how are you going to keep keep it up?
it's gonna be running. It's gonna be running, and I
You
hope
can
I could
still
swim,
run.
but
You can still
yeah,
go
we
out
can.
to run.
we're allowed to go out, fortunately. Of course, there's home exercises. This morning I was actually checking out how to do some home exercises, how to use your chair to do things, and and how to
Use your body
stay at
weight.
home.
Yeah.
Use your body weight. So I don't have a home gym, so this is where I have to be innovative.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been posting on social media as well. I've been following some of the YouTube and start doing it, or else it's gonna be horrible. So please take
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
I
what
see that there are a lot of reduced steam fans over there. Oh yeah.
oh yeah. Kevin had it. Oh well, I love the results. Wow. I got Imat in there, so Imat will be very happy there.
Yeah. I nearly brought the machine home.
Yeah. So like yeah, since all this is coming, would that also affect your SOSD? So you do a lot of charity work for this what do you call save our
The dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
How is it?
So
What?
it's it's stressful. I mean, last year, honestly, even last year, before COVID-19, we were already seeing a drop in donations. I'm not sure why, but so this year it was drastic. In the first 2 months, donations dropped by 40%. And of course, all our volunteer activities have to stop. So we can't have people walking the dogs in the shelter. We
Right.
cannot do any outdoor activities. And now with the lockdown, this lockdown, we can't have our adoption drives at all. So all these gatherings where we have our dogs and people come and see them, all those have to stop. So even in the first 2 months alone, adoptions dropped by 33%, and it's going to
Oh,
be
wow.
worse over the next 2 months. So I don't know. It's going to be stressful.
Wow, it's gonna be stressful. You have your practice to worry about, and then you have that SOSD. So and
Yeah.
what's your strategy? What will happen if one day you run out of funds? What will happen?
I have to pay. Hopefully we don't go there. If we run out of funds, then we will have to. I mean, of course, we try not to. We try to plan ahead. So every year we try to budget ahead to make sure that we can raise enough funds. But honestly, last year we didn't. So it doesn't look good. And as a charity, there are very little reserves. Just a few months of, maybe a few years of having not enough donations, and we'll go into a huge deficit. So I think this year our strategy was really before COVID-19, our strategy was to increase fundraising efforts. We had great plans about all these events. We had our charity dinner. We had it planned out. We have all these road shows, but everything has to be cancelled. So that will be a huge impact for sure. And right now we're doing more online, fundraising.
Okay.
And we are again ramping up our social media efforts, our videos, and hopefully that will raise awareness and have more people donate to us, feature more cute dogs.
Cute dog, yeah. That's just your favorite. That's your favorite dog, is it?
No, this is the youngest. He is from Korea. He's from South Korea.
Okay.
So when I was in South Korea in 2016 to 2017 to look at electronic machines, and then I visited the dog farm there and brought him back. So this is he was a meat dog. He was destined to be eaten. So yes, and I brought him back.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah.
So are you calling it under some electronic name for this dog?
No, he was they in Korea they name him Aga. Aga means baby in Korea. So I just added an R. So he's Aga.
What's Aga?
Aga is baby in Korea.
Okay. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
And you have also a duck at home, right?
Oh, I have two ducks. Those are quite murderous. I have two. I have two. I have two muscovy ducks. They are white and they look like geese, and they've become a bit murderous. You can't go near them. They guard the place. So every time you try to go near them, they try to bite you. So
So last but not least, I think we kind of stretch out our time a little bit because we start a little bit later. So
Yeah.
so we talk about. I think you did very well in terms of social media and stuff. And any tips that you want to share with I mean business owners or even practices, doctors that how do you approach that kind of strategy? Some tips for them.
Social media, well, I mean, okay, for me, we have different accounts. I have my own social media, and we have our clinic social media. So I think, I think, I think tips would be consistency. The main thing is consistency. So it's not easy. I mean, today someone just told me 要当网红真的不容易. You know, it's really it's actually a lot of hard work. I think it's a lot of hard work to maintain. So you have to be consistent. You have to post regularly. The content, of course, consistency. Content is very important. You must always have content to share. And I think a lot of it is be truthful as well, truthful and professional. It's not about selling and selling and selling. It's about saying how you feel and to let people know you as a person, as well as a doctor.
Yeah, I think your blogs, you write it very perfectly. You give great information. I think that is one of the keys that people love reading your blog.
Thank you. I have no time to write, and maybe this month I'll write a bit more.
Okay. So, yeah, this is probably a good time, right? So normally,
Yeah, I did.
that's your social media. Do you get someone to do it, or do you do it on your own, or how does it work?
Well, my own social medias, like my Instagram, my blog, I do it myself. I write it all myself.
Okay.
But for the clinics one, it's done by our marketing team. So that's not by me. I give input and I'm featured in some of the content, but I don't do most of it.
Great. So yeah, thanks for being live with me, and I think you stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe too, and it'll be a week more for you guys, right? Before the
well, hopefully, but I think it's my feeling is gonna get extended. Yeah.
Oh my God! So for us, we are praying that it's 1 month, and I will pray for you that it's also a month and it ends and it ends soon.
Yeah. But better safe than sorry, right? For us,
of course,
trying to be safe, and I think best of luck, and well, we stay in touch. I'll probably see you in one of the conference after this, or even we do online seminars together.
Yeah, we can do this again, and hopefully we can see you at ADACKL.
Yes, please come to ADACKL 14 and 15 of August. And then tomorrow, so we talked about scars earlier. What kind of treatments of scars do you do?
For acne scars, I have of course the traditional CO2 laser.
Right.
I love microneedle radio frequency. Right. So the platform I use is the Infini. Recently also the Siew. Right. I actually do. So I actually do quite a bit of subcision, TCA cross as well, and also fillers for the scar. So really a lot of combination treatments.
Yeah, I think scars combination definitely. And tomorrow we'll hear from the king of scars. So,
okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow Offie will be on here, and then
I see. Okay.
He's probably like the god of scars.
I would love to hear his experience with Profilo. He recently wrote a paper on that using Profilo for acne scars. Yeah.
It's been on. He's using all the biostimulators. He's the one who convinced me to use Radius for scars actually. So.
Oh, I see. That's great too. I love that too.
Yeah. Okay, stay safe. Okay, good seeing you.
Okay, stay safe. Right, great.
Okay, bye.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.